In our last video, we mentioned what the periodic table was and how it worked. We also said that elements react with each other, so let's finally talk about that. What would happen if we mixed all the elements together into a pie? The periodic table has 7 rows, each with different elements inside them. For simplicity's sake, we'll mention them one at a time. So let's start. The first row is very simple. The hydrogen and helium float away like invisible balloons. On the second row, oxygen, neon and nitrogen float away. But fluorine can become a bit of a problem. As it spreads all over the floor, it reacts with almost anything in the room, making it catch fire. As we move on to the third row, phosphorus becomes a little bit of a problem, since as it burns with the fluorine, it releases toxic chemicals, so don't inhale. The sulfur is sandwiched between burning phosphorus and fluorine, so, like many substances, it catches fire and causes more problems. This fire creates even more toxic chemicals. On the fourth row, many of the burning elements around a metal called arsenic make it turn into arsenic trioxide, which is also known as poison. By now, the burning sulfur must have fallen down on a liquid called bromine, which, when that burns, releases toxic gases. As we move on to the fifth row, there's a metal called technetium-99, which will give you a mild dose of radiation. On the sixth row, there's a very special metal called astatine, but it will immediately turn into a bright flash because of its own radiation, and after that bright flash fades away, the lab has disappeared. If our periodic table magically survived this explosion, it won't last much longer as we move on to the seventh row. All the elements on this row are radioactive. Many of the elements here, such as thorium, plutonium, and uranium, would undergo fission very quickly and then cause this periodic table to disappear as a fireball 2 kilometers across spans right over the city. It then creates a shockwave which travels faster than the speed of sound and quickly destroys the rest of the city. Since the fireball is lighter than air, it would rise up into the sky and create a trail of smoke behind it. After that, cold air swirls around the fireball, rounding it off into a mushroom cloud 10 kilometers up in the sky. But the radioactive fallout would be much, much, much worse. Thousands of times more than the Chernobyl disaster. So whilst collecting rocks is fun, collecting chemical elements might not be. I really hope you enjoyed the second part of our periodic table series. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video. Thank you so much for watching.